Uh, Hi everyone, I hope you can see me. Um, okay, so let me know if you can hear me and you can see me properly. And today is really good day. Today is Sunday as well, right? Okay, so today we are going to talk about VelocityX new updates, and I am sure if you are Flutter developer, then you will definitely want to watch it. So I'll wait for a moment. In the mean, uh, go to full zone so that we can talk. I just want to see if how many people are watching us right now. So hi everyone. Hi Santosh. So many less people. Let me just check if everything is working fine. Also, let me know if the audio and video both are good. Because let me just refresh my screen as well once more so that I can see the comments coming from you people. Okay, so we have almost 12 13 people. uh, so this video is all about Velocity X, my library, which you should probably know about if you are a Flutter developer. Hi, hello, Obed, JK, Saswat, and everyone else. So this is really good video. Trust me, you will enjoy this particular video. Why I'm saying this? Because actually when I was streaming last time, or I think 1 week ago, a lot of people asked me that what is the next update of Velocity X. So then I started working on some updates, and I didn't know that it used to have earlier also. In audio there is a bit of static. Okay, fine. I think it's pretty good. So I was working on a few things. I thought if I will able to complete them on time, then I'll do a New Year release or Christmas release. So Christmas release I couldn't do. By the way, Merry Christmas to all of you. And but I am done with most of the work for this particular release, New Year release. And if you are a Flutter developer, then I'll just show you what amazing things now you can do with Velocity X. And so I'll give you an idea also. So as an idea, there are four things which I have done. So four important things, where one thing is very small, but other three things are really good. So the first thing is okay. I'll take your questions. Don't worry. So the first thing is that when you are dealing with multiple platforms, right? When you are making apps for let's say Android, iOS, web, and see, yeah, and desktop if that's there. But otherwise, these are the three major platforms: Android, iOS, and web. Then two things which are very important. One thing is that it should be responsive. So Velocity X offers you things to make it more responsive. But the second thing is that different widgets. Okay, sometimes what happens, for Android you have to draw different widgets, and sometimes on iOS you have to draw different widgets. On web it can be different as well. So seeing that, although Velocity X already used to offer it, but in a like there used to have some conditions which you might have to add, but now it's not the case. So first thing, this will solve this problem. This is a very simple widget which you can use. Second is very important. So drawing shapes, okay, is kind of very tough on Flutter. Not tough, but it takes a lot of time. So I thought I should do something with that as well. um, I'll answer your question. So there is a new shapes kind of library which now Flutter, this Velocity X comes with. I'll show you, don't worry. Third thing is animations. A lot of people struggle with animations, and for obvious reasons. So that also I have taken care of, and it will be amazing when you will use this. So just check it out when I'll try explaining it. And the fourth thing is backend. So This is a really an experimental thing. If you want to do something with backend for small things, then you can use Velocity X for that also. How you will do it, I'll show you in this particular demo. Although one thing I really want to tell you right now is that this particular update is not live yet. Whatever I'm gonna show you will be live in next few days, or probably tomorrow. It can also happen. I have to write some documentation around it, but most of the work is done. So four things. One thing is platform widget. Second is canvas related things or drawing things, which is custom clipper or custom path, custom painter or custom clipper, sorry. Third thing is animations, and fourth thing and the most important thing here is backend. Okay, so backend is really fun. You will see it and you will realize it. So basically, there is something called VX REST which I have written. So you will see that. Taking your questions, there was a couple of issues with the current version of VelocityX with different versions of Flutter. That has been fixed, but that will be live very soon. So Flutter used to work fine with stable channels, but sorry, VelocityX. So VelocityX used to work with stable Flutter channel, but there was some problems using some beta or master channel. So I have fixed that as well. Someone asked me that how do you use automatic keep alive client mixin in a proper way. There is a shortcut way for which there is an extension method which I have added in VelocityX. You can use that as well. You can see that. There was one more question that null safety की वजह से पता नहीं क्या problem आ रही है अब. That has been fixed. Null safety is still way to go. I'll probably look into that as well. Integrating state management in VelocityX is as simple like whatever you use. It's just some widgets. It's nothing else. So you don't have to rely on anything else. Anyway, now there is a lot of talk. Let's go to the business and let's see what is new. Okay, so I'll move to my research mode, which I call it. And are you guys ready? If you are ready, then just send me yes. If you say yes, then I'll start writing code and it will be fun. Trust me, it will be really good fun. You won't be bored, and we'll draw some cool things as well. So let's see how it goes, and let me know if you want me to increase the size of the font or whatever. So right now whatever you see is what we have. So if you want me to change the size of anything, then you can let me know. Okay, thanks. So all of you are saying yes, so that means we can start. Okay, cool. Anyway, before we start, just want to give you an idea why I started VelocityX. So with Flutter, I am also developing few things on Swift UI. So there were a lot of good things in Swift UI which was not there in Flutter. Similarly, there are a lot of good things in Flutter which is not there in Swift UI. So I thought there is always pros and cons. So I thought I can pick few things from Swift UI and I can have some pros of Flutter as well. And similarly, I saw some Tailwind CSS. I used to develop my website once. So Tailwind, there were few components which were good in Tailwind, so I used that as well. And then it is a combination of all of these. And then there are some tips and tricks or something which I use on my regular projects. So I added that as well. So VelocityX was made initially for my own purpose, but now I feel that it can go to public. Anyway, the font should be fine. If not, then let me know. So here you can see we have a normal material app, nothing else, and this project is using VelocityX, by the way. So to make it more easy, what I'll do, I'll create a new file here. I'll call it sample page dart. Okay, and inside that let's make it sample page. I'll increase a font size a little bit more, just a moment, and we will import VelocityX into this one, and we will also import material as well. Okay, and we will start from something amazing, then we will move to Flutter web shows error in bottom navigation, bottom seat for single code base. We'll see that as well. Let me increase the size a little bit more for the font. So let's make it 24. And yeah, this is fine, I guess. This should look fine. In main, rather than going to demo, we will go to now sample page. Okay, and the sample page is just container. So rather than container, what I'll do, I'll make it material. Okay, so material, and let's give some color. So I'll say vx dot gray 200, something like this. Yeah, VelocityX has some error in beta version, I know that, and that's because of one thing which Flutter SDK changed. So material theme, they removed the properties material app theme, so that's why that error is coming. That has been fixed, but this update will go live in couple of days, so you have to bear till then. So you can see this is what we have. Now I'll run this application on my Pixel 4 XL to just check. Oh sorry, this is not what I want. Definitely not launching the emulator, but Pixel 4 XL is what I'll use. Okay, now get ready for this amazing thing which you are gonna see. By the way, there are a lot of good things in VelocityX which I'm not able to cover in all my videos, but you can definitely check the source code. It is totally open source, which you probably be knowing. But this time I will write the documentation first before releasing these new things at least. So be ready with that for that. So now right now you can see we have this gray page. Okay, now I'll show you a widget. So here I'll use a VStack. VStack is nothing but columns, and I show you a widget called platform bar. Okay, what is platform bar? I'll show you. Okay, this is now. So you can see when I use platform bar, it is showing me this this thing like a hello world on the top of it, right? This is one part, but this is an Android device. Okay, and when you will do the same thing on iOS, right now I am Windows, so I cannot show you on how it will look on iOS, but I will try to fake it. Okay, I'll try to make it sure that this is an iOS device. So and I'll show you how it looks on web. Okay, so we will run the same thing on web. So I can go to terminal, and I can say flutter run, and it will give me an option. Okay, what's the problem? CD examples. Wait. Okay, so I'll say flutter run, and oh, it's launching on this only. Okay, 1 second guys. Okay, let me clear it. Flutter run on web, so I can just say Chrome. Oh shit, man, how we call it? Device is Chrome, right? How we call it? D Chrome. Yeah, now it's working. So now you will see. Yeah, you're right. Writing code is difficult, but writing documentation is even difficult. Now running the same code on Chrome. So this is the first small thing. Now after this you will see a lot of good things as well. So just hold for a few seconds. And now we are running it on Chrome. Where is the Chrome browser, by the way? I'm just looking for it. And I think it's taking some time. Okay, I think we have the browser here. Oh, it is here. So now you'll see something different, and that different is, okay, we got an error because we are using material. Let's add a rather a back scaffold, because why it is not working, I'll tell you. Background color, because the thing which I want to use is of scaffold, but I'm showing something. I was using material for that. Okay, it's still not working, guys. Okay, let's give it some height as well, probably. Wait, I'm running it from the command line. Okay, so now if you'll see this, then you can see what we have wrought is platform bar, and on Android it is showing a hello world with the app bar, and on iOS, oh sorry, on web it is showing a bottom app bar, or you can use navigation rail or something like that. Now the thing is, what is important, let's see what is there inside this platform bar. Okay, that is more important. So what it does is, basically if you'll go inside platform bar, what you have to do basically, then you have to extend VX platform, where you can give three kind of widgets, different widgets, it can be same as well. So app bar, you can see first generic parameter is app bar, second is Cupertino navigation bar, and third is bottom app bar, right? So basically it will override three different methods for you. One is create Android widget, where you can see we are creating an app bar. Second is create iOS widget, where we are creating a Cupertino navigation bar. And third is create web widget, where we are creating a bottom app bar. So that's how it is working. So if we want to see how it will look on, let's say for example, on iOS, then what we can do here, we can go inside our VX platform basically, and rather than so what we can do here, we can add a check that on Android also show the iOS widget. So you can see this is my Pixel 4 XL, and now it is showing the iOS Cupertino navigation bar. If you can see this hello world on this Pixel 4 XL. So this is what I want to show you. So yeah, that is second thing, which is, I know like it's not really amazing as of now, but now I'll show you the amazing part. And yeah, it's a theme kind of package, you can say. So platforms is fine. This was not a big deal. This was just a widget which you just saw. But now, sorry. But now comes the most important thing, which I really want to show you. Yeah, someone asked me, first timer here, what does this package do? Catch me up, someone. So basically, what is the purpose of VelocityX is to make your UI even faster and give you some utilities as well. So you can say these two things. So giving utilities and creating UI faster. Now we will see something good. Okay, platform bar is done. Now I'll show you how to draw shapes with VelocityX. Okay, which is something new. So you can just say, let's say VX circle. Okay, and you will see it will draw a circle for you. Okay, I haven't even specified the height or whatever, but depending on which device you are using, it will draw particular circle for you. You will see more things like this. And let me add some padding by P16. So this is another way of adding some padding. Let's not add it. So platform bar I'm gonna remove for now. So that, and to this V stack I'll give a padding of P16. Okay, this looks fine. And we can also give an app bar here, where we can just say app bar. Okay, this is fine. Now this is the VX circle. Okay, so circle is normal. You can easily draw it using a container, then giving a decoration and telling it that this is a this is something called box shape as circle. Now we will see more things. Okay, we will say VX capsule. So capsule, if you have seen capsules like what you eat as medicine, so this I have taken from Swift UI again. So you'll see VX capsule and it will draw capsule. This is again nothing amazing. Amazing things you will see very soon. Okay, and let me add some height box as well. Okay, so this is returning this capsule. So just think about what you can do with these things. Next, let's draw something called VX ellipse. So let's draw ellipse, and now we have an ellipse. Okay, this is also, you'll say that okay, I can make this as well. That's fine. Let's say now we want to add a bevel. Bevel is another shape which you can do. This time if you see this shape, this is not exactly a rectangle, but this is a bevel. How you can test it? If it has a radius property as well. So let's give it a radius, let's say 20. And now I think you can see it more properly that what it is doing. Okay, now coming back, let's do one more thing. Let's try to have a triangle. Okay, okay, this is cool. And okay, now we are actually so out of space, so let's add a scroll view. So we can just say scroll vertical. Okay, now we are doing good. And you can see this is what we have, a triangle. You might say that okay, this is also we can draw, but you cannot, like this is not that easy, but now it's very easy. And last one which I want to show you will be something called VX ticket. Okay, so ticket is another amazing thing which you can use. And now if I'll scroll you, so you can see this is the ticket, so which you can do. But what if I say that I don't want this this kind of circular effect on this ticket, but rather if I can get some hard edged as true, let's say, and you can get this kind of ticket. Okay, so now you have seen all of these things, right? This is just a half version of what you are seeing. Now let's do some more amazing work with this. Okay, so this is one way of using it. Okay, this time I am using a real device. This is not an emulator, although my emulator also works fine because this is a giant PC which I am using. Okay, so right now what you are seeing is these shapes. These shapes are very difficult to produce when you will do it by yourself again and again. Now what I'm gonna show you, if I open my browser, okay, and if I just search Android. Okay, have you seen this Android robot? Okay, so what if I say you that let's draw this robot in just 30-40 lines of code without using anything but just these widgets which I just showed you. So what we are going to do here is actually we will use these widgets itself, and we will actually draw that droid robot. Okay, is it sounding good? So let's start using this only. Okay, before that, if you know about VelocityX, VelocityX uses extension methods heavily. Okay, so another way of using this thing, okay, this circle, let's say, is there is another way of doing it, or capsule. So let's say on the top, I'll go, okay, half circle and capsule. I'll show you. So what we can do here, let's say if you have a widget called, let's say Merry Christmas, for example. This is a very bad example. Dot text dot white dot make, and here you will see this text on the top. It's a white color, so you cannot see it, but let me show you more. Okay, now what you can do, you can say dot, and you will see, if you say dot capsule, okay, you will get the same thing out of it. So you can see Merry Christmas there, and rather than make, I can just say make centered, and you can see Merry Christmas there. So this is how also you can use capsule. This is, if you see, this is using VX capsule itself. So this is another way of using it. What else you can do here is that you can use a circle. So you can see the circle over here. You can use the ellipse. So you can see ellipse over here. You can use triangle. You will see triangle over here, and you can use bevel. By the way, I haven't shown you one more thing which it can draw, and that is a continuous rectangle. Okay, so VX continuous rectangle is something. This is not exactly a rectangle, but like rectangle, when you use a rounded rectangle, okay, rounded rectangle is little bit different than continuous rectangle. Rounded rectangle has more curve, but this continuous has a little less curve. Okay, so that's one thing. But let me show you one more thing. So we will go back to capsule. Also this color is not something amazing, so I can add a background color. Okay, let's make it red just for the sake of making it. Did you see it? Did you notice the animation which it did? If you haven't, then let's also change the width of it. So let's make it 200 and you will see the animation. And this is because in the background it is animating it, so that's one thing. Okay, so this now looks cool, right? There is a lot more than this which you can do. So all this, what properties it has is that it can support background image, it has a blend mode, it has border, child, custom decoration, like you can give entirely custom decoration, you can provide gradient, height, shadows. Well, shadows is a little bit difficult to give. And in widgets you can easily use like in card or material widgets you can usually say let's say elevation, and elevation does it like really well, right? But what if we can do the same thing here? Rather than giving list of shadows, what you can do, okay, this is gonna be really interesting. So you can just go at the end and you can say dot shadow, and whatever shadow you want to give. So it starts from access to 5 XL, okay, or even max. So let's give a 3 XL shadow, and you can see the shadow. Can you see it? If you can see the shadow, just let me know. So I'll just make it a little bit larger, so you can probably see the shadow. Okay, so this is the shadow which you can specify just with one line or one dot which says shadow 3XL. Let's try to make it shadow access, shadow LG, or shadow, yeah, shadow LG. And you see the shadow is a little bit much like lesser than what it was. And last one is shadow max, which is the highest shadow which it can give. So it will give really good shadow and it pops your design. Okay, so so it pops up your design, which makes it like it looks like it is floating. This particular thing is floating. Okay, now I don't want to like waste your time, and I want to show you something even amazing. And what is that is, we are going to draw that android what was that robot, right? Okay, thanks Siddharth. Siddharth has donated 200 rupees. Thank you. By the way, guys, this project I am doing totally for my like fun part. If you really want to support the project, you can use any way of sponsoring the project, so that we can do a lot of good things with this one. Okay, by the way, one thing I didn't show you is this ticket thing which you say VX ticket. This can be both sides as well. Although it does not work really well with this hard edged, which I have to still work. But let's say if you make this hard edge as false, and then if there is a property called is two-sided, if you make it true, then you can see this is what you will get, and this is really amazing. And also one thing I didn't show you, I'll just show you that what you can do, this triangle which you see, okay, VX triangle, what you can say, you can give a stroke width to it. Okay, so let's say I want to give a stroke width of 10, so you will see something like this. Okay, so if you just want a stroke of the widget, then you can just give a stroke width, and it will do this kind of good you can say shape, like it will just give the stroke and it will remove the other things. Okay, now should we draw the robot finally, and then I'll show you more things which you can do with this. This is just maybe 60% of it. There is a lot more coming. Okay, and animation is still little bit far from what we are doing right now. Okay, are you ready for making robot and how easy it can be? So if you are ready, then write yes right now, and also like the video if you are enjoying this demonstration, if you're liking the new things which are coming. So like the video right now. Also subscribe to the channel if you are not the subscriber already. So I really want to see jump in likes right now. 75 people watching it, so at least more at least 50 more likes. So let's make it 90 plus likes. And in the meantime, let me set for the robot which we are gonna draw. So if you are ready, write yes as well for robot. And sorry for the background noise. And please increase the number of likes as quickly as you can, so that we can move ahead and let's draw the robot. So I just want to ask you, what do you think making this robot is? How hard? Like, this is a half robot, you can say. Okay, so how difficult it can be according to you? Just let me know, so that I can understand what you feel. Can I use Flutter and VelocityX in C language on VS Code running in C language? No, you cannot use it in C language, bro. This is written in Dart. You have to use Dart. Okay, liked. Thank you. I just see 13 people liked it, but anyway, thanks. We will start creating this robot now, and then you will see the power of VX. So what I'll do, I'll create a widget here, stateless widget, and I will name it draw Android. Okay, so draw Android is the widget, and let's add this draw Android after this ticket box. So draw Android, and if we see, we have nothing. Okay, so this is totally blank. And now like, we have to complete it quickly, because after that we will also see antennas may be hard. Okay, this is the easiest part, in fact. Okay, what I want to show you now, I want to show you animations after this as well, so that will blow your mind. No idea, bro. 15 minutes. Like, I have to explain it, so it can take maybe 5-10 minutes, but it's not even 15 minutes. Okay, so here in the draw Android which you are seeing, okay, what we have to do. So basically, if you'll see, then if I'll give you this demo, if you see this particular robot, okay, what it has a circle, okay, which is half. Then it has two more circles as eyes, and then it has this this antennas on the top, which is even easier. So you don't know what you can do with just the widgets which I showed you. Okay, everything can be done using this. Okay, great. So let's start. So we have this container. First of all, I need the color of that particular robot. So I already have the color here. So if you don't know, we have the hex color, as you can see. So hex color is basically starts with hash, and you cannot directly give hex color, so you can use something called hex2 color, which comes with VX. So you can just say vx.hex2 color, and it will give you this color in as a color object. So now we have the Android color. Now let's draw it. So we will start with the column. So how we are gonna draw it, let me give you an idea. So column, or you can use vstack, whatever you want. So basically, we have on the top we have those antennas, and on below of those we have this circle. Okay, so first of all, we will draw the circle itself. So we can say vx circle. Okay, and where is the circle? Cannot see the circle anymore. Okay, maybe sometimes you have to do a hot restart just to see things working or not. Oh, why this cola very D? Cannot see the circle so far. Let's do a hot restart. Let's see why the circle is not appearing. What happened, bro? Let's start it again. I don't know why this circle is not appearing anymore. Oh, we have some error, guys. Where is errors? I cannot see errors for some reason. Let's see if we got error somewhere else. Oh, in the main.dart we got some errors. Maybe the naming is same, so that's why we got error. That's why it was not working. Okay, let me fix that. Rather than saying draw Android, we'll say draw Android 2, because I think we already have draw Android somewhere. So that should fix the error, and it fixed it certainly. Let's run it again on Pixel 4 XL. In the meantime, I'll see what you will do. So yes, someone guessed it correctly that antenna is basically capsule, which is perfectly right. And the capsule was not there, so very easy to draw. Why I'm showing this, just for the sake of telling you that how easily it can do it. Okay, no, the problem was with that thing. Okay, we can see the circle, and it's appearing really fine. We don't have to do anything over here. Okay, now let's give it some color. So this circle color, we can just say Android color. Okay, so we got the Android color, looking good, right? Now it has like these two eyes. Okay, so this VX circle, by the way, I didn't tell you this VX circle can also have children, okay, or child. So it has a child property where you can use raw column and you can provide children. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use another circle over here. Okay, inside a row, so you can see another circle for which we can have radius as, let's say, 22, and we will also say the color of this background color will be white. So now you can see the entire circle is now white, which we don't want. What we want is, rather, we want to have it as a H stack. H stack is what? It's a row. Oh, what happened? Now you can probably see this thing, right? You can see what I want to show you. You can see this circle as white circle, right? Now I will copy this same code, and I'll have this another white circle, right? But this H stack is actually just a row, so it has a property called alignment, and I can say that main axis alignment can be directly as center. Okay, and I want the cross axis alignment as start rather than center. Why? Because the center will be gone. Okay, why it will be gone? Because we are gonna clip the circle by half. Okay, we want to remove the circle by half of its size. That's what we are going to do. Now you might be wondering how we will do it and how difficult it will be, but let's see it. Okay, and now okay, this is really on the top. I really don't want it to be on that particular height. I want to shift it a little bit close to center. So what I can do, after this H stack, I can just say dot offset. Okay, so offset is nothing, you can give some value to offset. So by x-axis I don't want to change anything, so I can just say 0.0, but by y-axis I can shift it by 50, and now my circle is here, which you can see. Okay, I'm explaining is, that's why it might take some time, but otherwise it's just a small thing. Okay, so offset is basically saying that just transfer that, and between these circles I want to give some width. So let's give some width of, let's say, 60. Okay, so width, or you can use something called 60 dot width box. Right now it might look stupid to you because it's an entire circle for now, but it is actually amazing. Now let's remove the half of circle. Okay, can someone tell me like how I can remove half of it? Anyone? If it's quite hard, is it hard? I don't think so. It is very easy. Like you have a column, again let's explore, then you have a circle, inside that you have two more circles, and that's it. Right now that's what we have done. Nothing much. So how you think that how we can make this circle half? Okay, like just like this. Okay, half of this, something like this. I'm waiting for some answers. And then clip path, clip r rect need a clipper. Okay, everything needs a clipper. Obviously we need a clipper here. So how I am solving this problem? Okay, so add some circle with white color. That's a nice trick, by the way, that adding a circle with the white color, but then also you have to make it half. Okay, then at the end you will end up with the same problem, that clip mask. Okay, masking is right. Okay, now let's see, we will use a clipper. but actually VelocityX offered that as well with this update. So what we will do, this is the biggest circle we have, and after this circle we can just say clip half. That's it, and you get this half circle, and you can use it in a different ways, and I'll show you what you can do with this. And for that, let's see how we will see that like the advantage of these things very soon. But let's do one thing now. Let's come to the upper part, which I see in this particular yeah, this image I have on the right side. So we have two antennas, as I can see it, and these antennas are actually looks like capsule, right? But it's actually not capsule as well. It can be a continuous rectangle, which I'm gonna show you. So what we will do, we will take we will take a row here. Okay, so we can say h stack, or you can directly give a item, and you can use extension method again. Okay, so on h stack I want to have two things. One thing is a vx continuous rectangle, okay, where it will have some height and it will have some width as well, and the color as well. So for height, let's make it 10 because it's a very small antenna, right? Top half. I'll show you how you can do the top half and below half and all those things. Everything can be done with these things. Okay, so height we will give, and width we will give as 50, for example. And have you seen that animation? Now we have that antenna itself, and then we can give some background color as well. So we'll use the same Android color anyway. So we have the antenna. Okay, this antenna is fun. I'm like laughing because this looks really cool. And now another one. Okay, so both are same. The only difference is that as of now there is no difference. So this H stack has another property, which is alignment, if you already might be knowing this. So we will use alignment, and this time main axis alignment will be space around, so that it can divide itself. Now what I want, so space around I have added, what else we can do here? Okay, so what we can do is basically this is actually stupid because this is like laying down like this. Okay, like a flat like antenna I don't need. If we go back and see this is not a flat antenna at all, right? So how hard it will be to just move it, right? So that's where you can use some rotation. So now it comes with rotate 60. Okay, we will just say rotate 60, and we can see this antenna. Okay, and the similarly for the second one also. For second one we want to rotate it 60, but in like the negative 60. Okay, like it is in this direction right now. If you see, the second one is in opposite direction like this. Okay, cross. Okay, so for second one we can just say rotate what I'm doing, bro. Rotate 60 is fine, but there is something called rotate n60 as well, which means negative 60. Okay, and now we got both antennas. The only difference is that the position is wrong. So what we can do, this entire H stack can have a horizontal padding of 70, let's say. So we can say px, and we can give a padding of 70. Okay, this is still not looking really good, right? Why? The reason is that if you see, we are using H stack, which is fine, but we are like moving it, but it's like it is gone good, but the entire width is not somehow being taken care of, right? So what we can do, we can either say that we want to have full width. Okay, so you can say w full, so it will move it to center, and similarly we want to move the circle to center as well. So what we will do, if we do this this column is into center, so basically we have the column. So what we need over here is that this particular thing, if we can move to center, or either it can we can move that thing to center, then both of our work can be done. So let's see what I want to say here is, if I give a cross axis alignment to center, so then you can move, see this, and now I don't need this, or even if you want to use. So basically what I want to say here, that you can do a lot of tricks over here to change their position and do things like this. Okay, so what I want to do, I also want to give some height, like more height between them. So I'll, okay, if I'm moving so fast, then let me know. I just want to make things easier. What is the question? Okay, 60 degree, 180, 20 degree, 300 degree. Basically you can just provide any degree to match your design. But yes, this is what you can do, right? By the way, you can like flip this entire widget itself. So if you will say, let's say this is draw Android, you can say dot flip vertical, and you will see that your Android will be flipped. So similarly, you can cut any widget and you can flip them, you can transform them, you can do all sort of things. So that's what I wanted to show you. Now what else we can do, this is almost very much similar to what we have over here. You can see it's a little bit more in width, and the circle icon is little bit smaller, so we can adjust that, but more or less we have made this robot. Another good part about this is that let's give some shadow to this eyes, so that it can pop out. Okay, so how you can do it, you will just go to that circle and you will just say dot shadow, for example, and you can see this coming as shadow, not shadows, just shadow. And now it looks like a real eye. Okay, it looks something is popping up, right? So what he's writing, I don't understand. Okay, can we draw 3D robot? 3D will be really tough, to be honest. Like it's not a good way of doing it. If you really want to do that, then I'll probably suggest you to use something called flare, or what we call it today is something different, like by 2 dimension, whatever it is right now, Rive. Okay, Rive is the current name. So you can use Rive for these kind of things. But yeah, let's draw a Tesla. We can draw a Tesla as well, it's not a big deal, bro, at least the upper part of it, but that will take some time. Now let's not get into that. But what I wanted to show you is these things like shadow, transform, rotate, and all this. And using this, like, you know, capsules, triangle, and all, you can do almost everything. That's the idea of this particular thing. And you can use them in two ways. One is like you can just say VX circle, or you can use like dot circle, dot capsule, dot triangle, dot bevel, you know, all these things. So I hope this is something you might be interested in. Okay, now let's move to the next part. Okay, so this is all good. What if I want to animate this particular thing? Let's say this capsule is of width 200, okay, which is fine. What if I change its width to, let's say, 20? Okay, this will look very bad. Okay, this circle, let's take the example of this circle. Let's give it a radius of 20, and it goes like this, which is good. 200, it goes like this. Suppose I want to repeatedly repeat this process. Okay, I want to change a box probably. Okay, that box is changing its size and all. Or we can take maybe what we can take, a capsule changing its size. So if you'll see capsule can have a circular kind of design as well, because height and width, if you will say the height is 50 and width is 50, then you will see circular design itself, right? So capsule by default is like that. Okay, now let's go to the animation part. Okay, so we can do animations as well using this particular package. Now you already know that. So how I will do that, right? That is the question. So what we should do in that case is there is a new widget, okay, which I would like to tell you. So what we will use here is something called VX animator, okay? And you don't need to do anything else, and it will do the animation for you, right? And I really want to give the maybe what I should say, the what we call it. Okay, we'll come back to that. Now let's use something called VX animator. So if we see this VX animator, so yeah, I want to give the credit to the original package from which it is inspired or it is using in the background. But yeah, with VelocityX, I could tweak it a little bit to make it even more easier for you. So VX animator is something which you can use. It gives you a builder. So builder will return you, let's say this thing. Okay, so this is a context, an animation state, and a child. Okay, so this is what you get, and then you can at the end, let's say you want to return a widget. Okay, you want to animate a widget. So let's take a small example and then we will see what did I mean. So let's take the example of this VX capsule itself. Okay, so return VX capsule. So this is what we want. Let's remove this. So this is what we want. We want to animate this VX capsule, and height and width we will animate, right? So how we will do that? Okay, so after VX animator, you have to say dot make to make it. So you can see we have a capsule over here of 50 height and 50 width, right? Now we want to animate it, and we are already using VX animator, right? So these values are in double, right? Yeah, that is in double. So what we will do, very simple, we will say double twin. Okay, dot double twin, beginning point, let's say the beginning value is 10 and ending value is 200. Okay, and we can say we want to animate it infinitively. So we will say infinite, and rather than 50 we can just say that VX animator is taking double value, right? So we can also use double here just to say that the animation is happening in double, and we can just say anim state dot value, and similarly we will say anim state dot value, and you can see the animation, I guess, which is looking pretty cool, right? So this is what you get. And let's say if we say let's 20 to it. Okay, this is looking cool. What else we can do here? Okay, let's replace this one with probably this is a VX capsule, right? Let's make it a container rather. How does that looks? Okay, we get the container as well. Okay, how to create a snow effect? Okay, whatever you are writing, I'll just check it. So this looks good, right? So what I'm gonna do here is, rather than this container, I'll just copy this value, and I will use something called VX box, and then I'll use a square as well. So VX box dot square, where I will paste this value dot, I can say, let's say green 500 or blue 500 rather, dot make, and this is looking good. Dot rounded as well you can do, maybe that will look even better. Yeah, this is, so see this animation, this is looking really good. So it is going back to circle. Okay, this is very fast, right? I don't want to be that fast. So what I can do, I can provide the curve, and I can provide the time as well. So let's say I want to say that it should be in seconds as 10. Okay, so okay, this is looking even better. Seconds, let's make it 5. Okay, this is 10 is even slower. Now let's say if you want to okay, I'm reading the comments, by the way. I hope you are enjoying it so far, because I don't see any comment on this animation thing so far. But yes, if you are interested, you can comment it down. Okay, let's also, if you want to change the animation type, okay, like the curve about the animation, so you can also say, let's say ease in back, ease in cubic, ease in out, let's say, And if let's do a hot restart as well, and see this. So is this looking good? Just let me know how does you feel about this. And what you are doing, you are basically doing nothing, to be honest. You are just using a widget and that's it, and you are just setting some values. So you have, okay, someone is saying that it is very slow. Okay, let's make it a little faster. So I'll just make 5 seconds to 8 seconds this time, and now it is faster. Okay, so is it cool? So yeah, man, like this is what you can do. Some people can ask that what if we want to have multiple animations, right? That also you can do. Okay, someone is saying that I just want to animate it only once. How I can do it? So then you will remove this dot infinite, and if I'll do a hot restart, then you will see it happened only once. Okay. How can you start this animation button click in VX? Okay, also if you want to make it like it should work only 5 times, okay, how you will do that, right? So then you have to explore more properties, okay. So for one, you don't have to specify anything. For infinite, you can say dot infinite, and then you have something called cycles, okay. So if you say 5 cycles, then it will happen 5 times. If you say 0 cycles, then it will happen infinite again. If you'll say 1 cycle, then it will happen one time. So if I do a hot restart, now you'll see 5 times. So 1, so you can count it. I am not counting it. Can we do this animation on button click? Yes, you can do it, because what you have to do on button click, you have to check this builder, and then you have to return it according to you can control it however you want. It's not something which you have to think about, like if I can do it on button click or whatever. Like it's totally up to you how you want to showcase it. It's not something where you have to really rely on something, okay. So if some people ask me that whether we can, so it 5 times it appeared and then it is stopped now. So a lot of people ask, can we use VelocityX with the state management? Yes, absolutely. You can use VelocityX with anything. It's just a normal Flutter widget, nothing else, okay. Now this is one way of doing it. Let's say some people may ask that what if I want to change the, not let's fix the size. Let's say size is 100, okay, and let's make the cycle as 0. Someone can say that I want to change the color, okay, rather than this size of this particular box. Then how we will do it? So you can either specify your own twin, okay. So there is a property called twin, so you can specify your twin. It totally depends on you. And since we are saying that it is a type of double, we can make it color, okay. And rather than double twin, you can use something called a color twin as well, because it's a common thing. So that's why it is there. If it is not common, then you can use something else. So let's say we will give some 2 colors. So color twin takes 2 values, one for beginning, one for ending. So let's say we will start with yellow and we will end with red, okay. So colors dot yellow or colors dot red, whatever you want to say, okay. So now rather than this blue 500 hard coding it, we will use color, and inside color we will use this anim state dot value, because now it will give me color. So can you see the animation now? Okay, if you cannot see it, you will see it. It is actually working. It will go to red and you will see it like this, okay. And let's make it even better. Rather than VX box, let's use VX animated box. And now if we do we don't even need a hot restart, but let's do a hot restart just for the sake of saying it. And now it will happen very smoothly. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but on phone if you'll see it, you will love it, because on phone it looks even better. and even cooler, I would say. And it's actually working. Okay, okay, now some people will say that, yeah, you have removed one thing and added one more thing. Okay, you removed the size of it and you added color, but what if I want to add color as well and I want to change the size as well? What we will do in that case, right? That's a good question. So what we'll do, we will remove this color from here as well. Okay, and what we can do, rather, we have something called tween, which I showed you, that you can have, let's say you will say that, okay, for tween you will specify any kind of tween. By default, three tweens we can use with this dot operator. One was double tween, second is color tween, and third is in tween. So we can use them directly, but if anything else you want to use, you have to show use it as a property, right? Or if you have to do multiple things, okay, so you can use something called a tween map. Okay, you will give the name of the tween, and let's say, for example, I want to change the size. Okay, so I'll say, let's say double tween. Double tween, I am using this tween, okay, which is of type double, and it will say begin value, which will be 10, and end value as 200. Okay, similarly I will have another tween, which I'll call color tween. Name is totally up to you, you can give any name. Thanks Ayush bhai for supporting. Ayush has also done work on this package, so thanks to him. So for beginning, what we will do, we will say colors dot yellow, and for end we will say colors dot let's say red. Okay, so we have tween map now, and what we can do, we can remove this color tween now. Okay, rather what we can say for number, okay, here is the thing. What you will do, you will say anim state dot get animation, and then you have to give the name of that animation. So the name is, let's say for size, it is double tween. Okay, and then you can say value. Similarly for this thing, for the color, you have to say the same thing, but rather change the name to color tween. And let's do a hot restart just for the sake of checking it. What is left? Material color is creating some issue, I guess. Okay, so this is not a color, rather it is a material color actually. So we have to say material color, otherwise it won't work. Where's my screen is gone? Okay, there is a lot of issues which can happen. Let's do a hot restart. Okay, there is a problem coming. Let's see what is the problem. Okay, I have this. Okay, someone is saying I joined now, what are you doing? Drawing session running. Okay, let's do one thing. What I will do, wait, I have this already running over here, so I can just fix it easily without doing much things over here. Actually it should have worked. Okay, why it is not working, let me give you a brief idea why it is not working. Because it is not able to understand, you know, what value you are providing. So if we provide the value actually, then it should work. So it will say double, and here we can just say material color, for example. I think color was just fine, I have tested it before, it was working fine. Let's do a hot restart. Material color is now creating problem. Okay guys, let's switch back to color. Okay, it can have some issues because of some current implementation, but I think it should have worked. By the way, I don't know why it's not working properly right now. Otherwise, this is how you will use it. And before the demo, it was working just fine. In-app payment tutorial, let me just think about it first, what might be the problem over here. And I generally think that it should be fine. Okay, I think what I'm doing is that you don't need this value, probably. Rather what you can use, okay, we will come back to this later probably, because I think there is some issue with this implementation. This is not yet done, so I don't know. I don't know why it's not working, but it should have worked, but clearly it's not working. Um, so what is still I'm wondering how this is like not working. This, okay, I have a sample demo which I'll try to show you, but for now let's try a few things. If we can figure it out. Color it needs, get animation is fine, and should give the color as well as color, let's say. Let's try few things, okay, and we will say as double. Let's see if something works. Okay, that's true. Okay guys, this experiment failed unfortunately. So for single animation it's working fine, but for double animation it's not working as expected, so probably that we will fix later. So colors dot yellow, not a color. No, it's a color, definitely it's a color. I don't know why it is not working right now. It should have worked, but I think there might be some problem in the code itself, so we'll see that. That's not a big issue. Let's remove one thing and let's try with just one, so that we can just check if one is working. Okay, one is working fine. Actually there is some issue with the color part itself. I think maybe it's expecting something else. So one part is working fine, the color part is not working because of it can be an issue with VelocityX itself. So what we can do, rather than using VelocityX container, let's try with maybe a normal one. Let's say a container itself. What do you think? Should we try that? So let's use a container rather. Okay, and for width we can use this value, for height we can use this value, and for color, so this is working fine for now. Now let's try to do the same thing for color. We will get the problem if this works this time, if we make it color and color tween here. Okay, this is the problem actually with this color tween itself. Oh guys, I did a stupid mistake, I think. I did a very stupid mistake and I didn't even realize it till now. So we had to use a color tween basically here rather than using a tween of type color. That was the stupidest mistake I think that I did. Now let's try to restart. Done. So when I was showing them differently, I was using color tween, but suddenly I used, I don't know why I used tween, and then the color, it does not work that like that. If you want to use color, then you can use color tween. For tween as a color, as a parameter, it does not work. So that's not the problem with any of these things. The problem was with the way I wrote it. So now it is working fine. I hope I didn't waste a lot of your time, but okay, a lot of people are suggesting ideas, thank you, but this was not a problem with the idea itself, it was a problem with the implementation. So I just realized that what mistake I did. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying this, although you can do a lot more things if you see the parameters. So there is a sticker mixin, trigger on in it, reset animation on rebuild, child, curve, whatever. So if you if you really don't want to use VelocityX, and if you still want to use this particular thing like for animation, you can check out a package called Animator, which does the same thing without this package. But yeah, it does not offer this shortcuts which I just showed you. Like you can just say that dot ease in and all those things. So like here you can just say, let's say ease in directly, which you cannot do there, but you can provide it as a property. Then the second part which I showed you, let's say this. So yeah, this is something which you can like give as a property. By the way, this also takes an animator key, and using this animator key you can on a button click or whatever you wanted to use, right? So someone was asking me that if I can click a button and I can do something on animation. Yes, you can do it. You have to use something called an animator key, and using that animator key, so animator key has some some methods which you can use. So for example, if I show you this animator key, we can say animator key, okay, and then you will see that it has some methods. Let's say refresh animation, trigger animation, cleaner, copy you don't need, get animation, okay, you can get an animation. So all these things you can use this with this animator key from anywhere from the app, okay. It's not just like you have to do it in here only, you can use it anywhere throughout the app. So you can do that. The only problem is that don't make it like very complex that you don't even know what is happening. So don't do that. Don't use builders and then you are using some animation and then just doing something worse, and then you end up leaking memory or do that kind of stuff. But you can use directly this as well. This is not this will not disturb any flow as such. It will be totally smooth. In background it is using the same thing which like how we implement normal animations. So first of all, let's say now we are using two different twins, right? So in this case it will use a ticker provider mixin, but when you are using only single one, then it will automatically use single ticker provider mixin. Similarly, it will also create animation controller for you, will do all those things. But to make your life easy, we are just like doing this like this only. Like it's the easiest way you can implement an animation. You don't have to write any mixin, you don't have to write any controller, you don't have to write anything else, but this will be great, right? Okay, now okay, so anyone else want to have any question about these things, then they can ask, or I will move to the backend part, which is I know a lot of you might be waiting for. Again, if you see the properties, there is curve, there is custom listener, repeats, how many times you want to repeat it, all these things you will find here, okay. So you can see there is a trigger or init, like if you want to trigger it on init or not. So all these things you will find here. So and you can go inside the source code and you can check if you want to do anything like that. I don't see any question about it anymore, so I'll move further. And now let's go to the backend part, okay. So again I'm saying this backend part is just for small things. This is not something which I will tell you to probably I don't know I won't say to use it on all of your projects or something, but this is something which is actually really good if you want to try it out. So what I'll do, I'll create another sample page. Inside this sample page is so dump. Okay, what I can do, I'll not move anything, but rather I'll just make it a stateful widget, okay. Why I'm doing this? Because I want to have the init state, okay. And here in the init state, what I'll do, I'll just say for example rest operations, okay. This is going to be very good, guys. Just wait and watch. Rest operations, and I can create this is a lot of work, by the way, so hit the like button if you are enjoying this, otherwise you can just ignore, but please hit the like button. Also share with your friends. If you're not the subscriber right now, it is the time where you can subscribe. Now okay, now looks good, right? Yeah, you are right, Akshay, but we can directly use color twin, so you don't have to anyway like do anything like that. Okay, guys. So now, so the rest work or backend work which you want to do, if you can create your own server, you can make get request, post request, and all those things. But the thing is that this does not come directly with VelocityX import, but for because a lot of people might never need it, right? As a developer, if you are using VelocityX just for the front end work, then you will never use it. So that's why you don't have to use it until unless you need it, right? So you will, if you want to use it, then you will say import, and you will say VelocityX, and there is something called VelocityX rest dot dart. Okay, this comes with VelocityX itself, but until unless you use it, it won't be used. Okay, this is not even a big library or something, just a few lines of code, and we are set. So we get VelocityX dot dart. Okay, and in the rest operations, what I want to do, we can use something called VX rest, and we can make, let's say, a get request. Okay, so get request will be slash, on slash we want to print hello VelocityX. Okay, so once when you go to Postman or when you go to your browser, when you will do a get request with the slash, you want to print hello VelocityX. Okay, on your browser, or on you want to send this response to your whatever platform you are using. It can be Postman, Insomnia, whatever. Okay, now we have to start our server. Okay, so this was the first step. Second step is to start our server. So what you can do, you can say VX rest dot listen, and you can listen to a particular port. If you don't specify, then you will listen to the normal local host with port 4040. Okay, and yes, you are done. That's all you have to do, to be honest. You are done. And now let's do a hot restart, and also make sure you are looking into the debug console so that we can see what's happening. So this is basically just for checking things, so you don't have to worry about this. Let's do a hot restart. Are you ready? When you are ready, then we will do a hot restart. Yeah, anyone is asking question, is native going to be replaced by Flutter soon? Let's see. It does not it's not compulsory, because both have different domains, and both can be used. So if you are ready for running this server, then I want to see yes in the comments, and then only I'll do a hot restart. Otherwise I won't do it. So where is Sohel asked this question? Ayush answer already, I guess. As Flutter SDK with extension methods to reduce boilerplate code. Yes, correct. So we are doing nothing. Okay, if you'll see our code, if you'll go to VelocityX and if you'll see the code from inside, it has never used anything which can make your life bad. Like in terms of if you are using only one widget, then it will draw only one widget. It won't make use of so many widgets. Okay, so now what I want to do, okay, am I seeing ready? Yes, okay, I see so many yes. Let's do a hot restart now. How we can implement state management? Okay, getX is different and VelocityX is different, first of all, so we'll see that. Okay, let's do a hot restart. And yes, you can see. If you cannot see, then I want to highlight this. It is saying that VX rest is listening on HTTP 00004040. And now what I'm gonna do, I will copy this particular URL, and I'll open my browser, and here I will paste this, and oh, it's not working, guys. It's not working. Why it's not working? Let's check it out. So what went wrong? Okay, we didn't add slash here. We have to use slash. Oh, it's still not working. You can use localhost as well. It should have worked. Why it's not working? Address invalid. That's interesting, guys. Why it is not working, I'll tell you. Because I'm running it on my phone and I'm expecting to run it on my this browser. That's why it is not running. So how I can make it run here is basically I'll run it on a simulator or I'll run it on a Chrome web application. So let's try with simulator. So yeah, that was very stupid of me, but yeah, I could have shown you in running my mobile. I'll show you that as well. So okay, yes, okay, I see a lot of people commenting on few things. Okay, I haven't read everything, so I don't know the context, but yes, let's do it on an emulator first, then we will see if it is actually working or not. Why it was not working is because we were using a device. In my Pixel 4 XL, if I'll go to localhost, it should work. But right now, let's run it on the Pixel 4 emulator. In emulator, if I'll run it, then it will be running on my local machine itself. So then it should work. Okay, sometimes, yeah, it's still not released, guys. So if it will have some bugs, we'll fix it, no problem. Now it's been a long time running this stream. I hope a lot of people enjoyed. If you didn't, then also let me know. Okay, now we are again running on this server. Let's go back to browser. Let's hit this. Oh, this is still not running. Why this is happening? Okay, let's try localhost. Okay. Sometimes this can happen, but oh, localhost is working, I guess. 00 is not working. Is that correct? We are not specifying the port. Let's specify the port over here. I don't see it's working. I think something is broken again, and that is making me feel that what exactly happened with my server. Okay, what I'll do, okay, what I'm want to do, rather than listening, I will actually give port by myself. Okay, so that I can make sure that things are working fine. Port and host. So let's make it 127.0.0.0, and then we will run it again just to make sure that things are working now. And let's run it again. Let's see. Or maybe let's try on the browser itself if this is working or not. Sometimes actually on simulator it works like this. On Android I am not sure it works like this or not, but if it is not working here as well, then it's a problem. Let's see what might be the problem. Let me just take a look. I have, okay, this live stream sucks, bro. Why it is not working on live stream? I think it should work directly. Okay, one stupid thing I'm doing, guys, again, that it should be 1 first of all, not 0. I'm little bit nervous. By the way, when you are when you are listening for it, you have to await it, otherwise it won't work. And that's a very stupid thing that I didn't do. So you have to await for it and then it will work. Oh man, this is real crap which I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing such mistakes, but just bear with me and let's run it one more time. That's why I was thinking why it's not, because it's on the same Wi-Fi as well. So everywhere it should work, because if you are on the same Wi-Fi, then even if I am running on my Android phone and if it is connected to the same Wi-Fi, then also it should work. Now it will work. I'm sure this time it will work, guys. So again we are here. Let's copy this. Let's try it one more time. Okay. Still not working. Why it is not working now? I'm really curious to know why it is not working anymore. because yeah, maybe what I'm doing here is, let's try with auto. Okay, I'll tell you what auto means, but let's try it out. Let's see if this is actually a problem or not. um, if my route is wrong or what. This is very stupid. Actually on Mac it was working fine, but somehow it is not letting me run this here. Okay, let's try on Chrome. Okay, let me just try on Chrome. Let's see if that works on Chrome. Not working at all. What might be the issue, guys? Can anyone tell me what I am doing which probably not letting it work? Is I think I am doing everything good here, at least. What else is left? Let's try to run it on some other port. Okay, this also we can try at least once, just for the sake of trying it out. Restart. Let's try restarting as well. This is looking like a different issue to me. So it is failing for some reason. I really don't know what might be the reason, because ideally it should have worked, and this live stream is failing, which gives me another reason to not release it until it is actually working. Let's try with the function, just for the sake of trying it again, because I don't see any reason why it should not work, because there is nothing extraordinary which we are doing. This is actually a problem with the machine where I'm running it, to be honest. I personally feel, because I have actually disabled firewall and all those things. Maybe that might be causing any issue, but let's try on running on web as well once, just for the sake of checking it. But I have tested it many times. It was all working initially. I don't know why it is not working anymore, but let's see. Yes, that's a good idea. I should try on my device itself. Guys, by the way, just for the sake of telling you, it's actually running on my personal device. It's not running here on this browser or in this particular Windows. The reason I'm telling you, the reason is probably because I have disabled firewall and all those things. So because of that, the local host is not working on this particular computer. But okay, what we will do, so this is our address. Okay, and here let's try one more time, just to check if this works. Okay, this is not working. Now I will show you and run it on my real device again one more time, and on my real device it will work. So you can see on my real device I am entering the same address, but let's do one thing. Let's try to run it one more time. So yeah, this is the problem with not the library, but the machine which I'm using. Private firewall. Yeah, I have to disable the private firewall, which is the correct answer. But right now I don't think I should do that. But let's search if I can do it quickly. Private firewall, how we can directly disable it? Is there any way? Windows firewall and network connection. Okay, see, this domain network is off, bro. I think this was the issue, guys. Let's try this time. Okay, it's again running on emulator. I don't know how many time it made me do this thing. If it will work this time, then it will be very stupid that the firewall was. No, it's still not fixed here. Let's do a hot restart at once. Okay, one more time. Then we will run it on device itself if it will not work this time as well, because I don't know why it is blocking this, but it is actually blocking this. I can feel that. Yeah, this is blocking it, guys. So what I'm gonna do for now, I'm gonna run it on device only, and we will see on device itself, Pixel 4 XL. So I don't know why it is not working. If someone knows that why it is not working on my machine, then please let me know, because I think it is somehow it is not letting run me the local network. So I might have to check the details of the error, but before that, let's not waste our time. Time is very important. So this is the address. Now what I'll do, I'll go to Chrome, and I'll put this address here. अरे भैया क्या हो गया? So you can see hello world over here. I think you can see it, but if you cannot, so what I can do, I can, because this is an HTML response, I don't know. Oh, I can increase the size, in fact. Okay, now I think you can see it, hello world. So good news is that the library is fine. Bad news is that the machine is not fine. For some reason it is blocking this. But if you see here, right, everything is working. Okay, so this was a get request auto I have written. So auto means that it automatically picks what kind of request you are hitting, and based on that request it uses that method. So if you go back to get, it can directly show you this. And what else you can do, you can basically see I am returning as a function. You can return it any way you want. Okay, so let's say if I just return a text over here, just a string. Okay, so I'll remove this thing and just write this. Am I missing something? No. Okay, hot reload is taking some time. Sometimes it can be this particular Flutter version also has some issues. It is sometimes you have to restart it again and again, but let's restart it. Let's see. Okay, finally it worked, but I still don't know why it is not working on my machine, Windows machine. It has, I think, most maybe probable solution for this is messing with the firewall itself. It's something related to firewall is happening. So now you can see hello world is there. If we change it to hello world, not hello world, yeah, what is hello world? VelocityX. Then we will, if I do a hot restart, hot reload is not working for some reason. Maybe we are doing a lot of animation and all, so that's why it is not working properly. So what I'll do, for the just for the sake of this tutorial, I will disable the animation for some time, because see, if you see, this is giving me some error in restarting. What's the best specs for Windows to run Android emulator smoothly? I can tell you my specs are, it works pretty good. The emulator works pretty good. The only reason it's not working right now is something else. Check your developer setting in Microsoft. I had this problem earlier when I wouldn't be able to use local host at all. I have run local host before, like few days back itself. It was working just fine. But recently maybe I messed up with something. So now let's do it one more time, guys. So this time let's do a restart here as well. Okay, you can see hello VelocityX. This is fine. What if you want to return some JSON? Okay, or if you want to someone asked if I have to do if I want to return a file or something. Okay, so we can do that as well. So before that, I want to show you how you can return a JSON. So rather than just saying that I'm saying a string over here, what you can say something like a function, and similarly you can show JSON using a function itself. So how you will do it, you will say, let's say this is how you will use it, and then you will say return vxrest dot encode JSON. Okay, and then you can have a JSON over here, and basically if you will return this like this, it will return a blank JSON. So if we restart this, what is happening? Why it is not restarting? For some reason, there are a couple of reasons. One problem is with my machine right now, and another problem is with the Flutter version which I'm using, which is 124.10.2 pre, and that is clearly not hot restarting pretty well. So I have faced this issue previously as well. This is not happening because of animation or something, but this is a common issue. Also, what we can do, we can add a button for restarting the server, something like that, but we will do that later. For now, it is really tough to do it again and again, but I'll still do it just for the sake of explaining this. If anyone has any more question about this, then they can ask. So yeah, this is very simple, guys. You will like, you can just do it in 2 lines of code. And if you want to replace get with post, you have post as well. You can use put as well, all those things. Now we will go back to browser. Someone asked me if we can use file or not, right? That's what the question was. Yeah, stream is a very long stream. So you can see the JSON over here, blank JSON, which we wanted to show. But here, if you want to change, you can say name Pawan Kumar, for example, and age I won't tell you because I don't know why. What else, bro? Address. Okay, address. How stupid some stream can be that I don't even know what to write. 13.000/100 and Delhi, let's say, for example. Now hot restart and hot reload is not working for some reason. Oh yes, I know, because I moved to the background, that's why they don't work. This was very stupid. Let's do a hot restart this time again, and now let's go back, and then if we will refresh it, okay, now I think you can see it. Let me just do a little bit to zoom out, and this is working fine, right? Now how you will how we can do auth is still this is a very small thing. It's still in experimental mode. It will be in experimental for a while. I'll do some sort of things. I'll do some more tweaks. I don't suggest anyone to use it right now for any production kind of thing. It is very early. It is just for experiment as of now, for very small things. Let's say if you want to show a file in a browser, then also you can use it. So yeah, someone was asking how to show a file. So what we can do, let's have another request here. Let's say /index.html, something like this, or /index, let's say just index. And rather than this JSON, we can return a file. And it can be very simple. Like if you have a file in your application itself, you can use that. So you can just say here, let's say file, okay, and you have to give the path of that file. Okay, so for file you have to import the file as well. So .html or .io I would use. So file, if you see this example folder, okay, I have a file in example lib, and then in HTML I have a index.html, which is doing nothing but just saying welcome to VelocityX. Okay, so this is an HTML file. I can directly use it here, but for that I need to know my present working directory, for example. So this is my path. I will copy this path over here, okay, just for the sake of that it is working or not. And then I will add example /lib/html/index.html. So this is the full path of my file. I am just trying to run it. So I'll do a hot restart. Let's see if this works or not. Make sure your path is correct. And now if I go back to the browser, if I just write this and write /index, because index is the path, router path which I have given. So if I just press enter over here, okay, I see our error saying that body does not exist. So the problem can be, guys, that this is not able to pick the path. Obviously, why? Because we are running it on, actually not, yeah, actually what we can do, because we are running it on phone, okay, we can change it. We are not running it on Windows, okay, so the file should be inside /example itself. So if I remove this part, I'm not sure whether it will work or not for me, but for you it will definitely work, trust me, because the path is what I have to figure out. The path is the real problem. Okay, 1 second. Let's do it one more time. And yeah, this is more or less about this stream, guys. There is nothing much we have. Okay, one more thing is pending, I'll show you. There are some more utilities which you can use basically. Okay, this is actually, the path is something hard to figure out right now, because I don't know when it went to this mobile, then what might be the path of this HTML file. But if you'll provide the right path, is it really JSON or HTML as JSON? It is really JSON. It's not HTML as JSON. So basically, what I'm saying is that you have to find the right path of the file. That's the important thing. Because on Mac I know, because I do all this testing and all on Mac. But on Windows I don't know if this is the correct way of writing this. I'm really not sure if these double braces are probably causing an issue, or right now we are running on phone, so the path is hard to find, because obviously this Windows path cannot be true. Okay, so basically what I mean is that it will work once you will throw the right path of the file. So the path is the problem here clearly, and once you fix the path it will work. So right now I'm not able to show you, but I'll give you a better example probably next time. So right now I don't have a correct path of this, because I really don't know where it is storing exact path, what will be that. But once we get the idea of that, it will definitely work. It cannot be possible it is not working. Okay, now there are some more additions which I have done, so I'll just quickly show you what else you can do. And like you can now validate your credit card numbers using VelocityX. So if you say a number, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and if you say that if it is credit card is valid or not, so is card valid, then dot text, okay, it will return a boolean, okay, and you can print it out. Okay, what you can do is basically here, let's convert it into a text as well. Okay, so we can just say text, this is dot to string dot text dot make. So if you see, this is saying false, which means this credit card number is not valid. Can anyone write any credit card number in the chat if you want to test it? But I think 545454, all these numbers are actually correct. So 16 times, no, 8 times 54. Okay, so 54. So total length will be 16. So 54545454 54545454 8 times, I guess. And you can see it is not true. So it is saying that this is a valid card. If I remove a 4 from here, it will say false. So it is a false card. So this is a true card. It basically uses the Loon algorithm, which we use. I have used it many times. So I was aware about this algorithm. So I just added it as a cool functionality. So 4111 is, someone is saying that 4 and then 15 ones. So 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, and it is a correct card. If I change it from 1 to 2, last one, then it will be false. So basically it is working fine. So yeah, that's a good number. Okay, now coming to another change. what else I have done. Let me check the graph. So platform I showed you, you can use dot aspect ratio, swiper issue I have fixed, shadow and all I have already shown you. Okay, I have done some changes in the container shadow as well. Now it is much better, so you can check that as well. Some more utils is basically string utils. Yeah, you can check if it is a number, a letter, a symbol, all those things. So yeah, lot of cool improvements there as well. Screen density is added. And yes, there were some issues. I think there are some people who were facing issue with the data table and some widgets where actually we are using auto size text, okay, for text views, and some of the Cooper tuner widgets or some of the material widget does not work directly with that because of the layout builder. Because when you are using a widget with intrinsic height or width, right, it does not work with layout builder directly. So I have added like fix for that. How you can fix it, that when you write your text, okay, let's say this is dot text dot make, right, you can just say dot intrinsic is intrinsic. So once you say that, for normal text views it will work fine, but if let's say data table is not working, then it will make it work as well. So data table will start working after this. So is intrinsic you have to add. But one more thing which you have to remember, when you use this is intrinsic, then you cannot use the features of auto size text like minimum font size, maximum font size, because these properties are used only with widgets like data tables and Cupertino widgets, where it is very tough to do that calculation by ourselves. So right now this is kind of a limit which we have. So if you are using is intrinsic, then it's a normal text widget, it is not using auto size text. But if you remove this, then it is using an auto size text. So that is an update which will be there. So it will work fine with data table and all those things. So yeah, what is the latest release version? 1.0.1 is current one, but this one will come as 1.2.0, which will be released in couple of days, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like this week itself, the upcoming week. Today is Sunday, I guess, so maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, somewhere. And yeah, that's more or less the updates. Tables with row, item padding, column padding, how can we do that in Flutter? It's very easy. Like I don't think I have time to explain right now. Can we do is null or empty? Yes, you can do. So for example, you can directly here after to string, for example is card valid, and you could say is dot, okay, this is a boolean. So after dot to string you can say dot is empty or null, is not empty, is not blank, all these things are there. So you can definitely see this is how you can test it, is empty or null. Again it will return a boolean, so you have to convert it to string, and then it will return false. So basically you can perform each and everything. In fact, this text can have something like uppercase, lowercase and all that inbuilt to this particular text VX text widget. So all of these things are there. Okay, so yeah, this is more or less the question. So the update was platform widget, first update, then drawing shapes was the second update, the third update was about animations, and the fourth and final update was about this backend stuff which you can use like VX REST. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Test my credit. I will test it later, it will work for sure, don't worry about that. So this is more or less the update. Okay, one more question which I really want to answer. Someone has asked, is VelocityX a heavy package? No, it's not a heavy package, but if you are using it, so it is some piece of code, right, which I have written for VelocityX, let's say for example. But when you are using in a middle sized project or on a bigger project, you are anyway writing that much code, so that code you don't have to write which is written in VelocityX. Now what will be the increase in size? Definitely there will be some increase. It will be around, let's say 200 to 300 KB of your app size. So that is definitely there, because it's anyway piece of code. But once you do tree checking, most of this size will be reduced anyway. So once you do tree shaking, the things which you are not using, so basically when you go to release mode, right, it performs tree shaking by itself, and then these things which you are not using does not go inside your code or inside your application, the binary which it generates. So that means that it will be not a very big thing as such. 100 200 kbs is, I think, good enough for the level of things it offers. And there is everything for someone, that I can guarantee that if you are using VelocityX, there will be something for you, for sure, something for you. I won't say that it will do everything like I have planned, but I am 100% sure that you will be able to get at least 40% out of it, and that will make your life even easier in terms of Flutter app development. So yeah, thank you guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, then press the like button right now, and also subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram as well and Twitter as well. The link you'll probably find on my channel itself, on the top header, on the description somewhere you will find it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And this update will be coming this week itself, so keep checking. I'll update the documentation as well on velocityx.dev, and you will see everything there as well, everything in detail. Whatever I have explained is just a small part of it. It has all sort of other features which you can probably use in your application. So keep following and keep checking out. So thank you, bye bye, take care.